Good day, everyone, especially to our Prof. Sir Dennis. So, allow me to introduce myself and my group. I am Jade Noreen C. Aligway, and these are my members. Let us have Charlie Naldoza, Kathleen Itorma, Rochelle May Layasan, Janabet Ratcho, Marie Elaine Ibanez, and Romel Ompad. We are from the Group 3 and we are going to present our topic entitled K-12 Philippine Basic Education Curriculum Framework. Now let's talk about the K-12 Philippine Basic Education Curriculum Framework. So as for our former President Benigno Aquino III, he said that we need to add 2 years to our basic education. Those who can afford up to 14 years of schooling before universities, thus their children are getting into the best universities and best job after graduation. I want at least 12 years for our public school children to give them an even chance at succeeding. So our former President Benigno Aquino III approved the Republic of Act 10533, an act enhancing the Philippine basic education system by strengthening its curriculum and increasing the number of years for basic education, appropriating funds therefore and other purposes. Now, so the K-12 program, it covers the kindergarten and 12 years of basic education. So 6 years in primary education, 4 years in junior high school, and 2 years in senior high school. So the purpose of this is to provide sufficient time for mastery of concepts and skills, develop lifelong learners, and prepare graduates for tertiary education. It also improved the Filipino students' skills in mathematics, science, and linguistics. So senior high affects college education because we all know that senior high is part of K-12 curriculum. So it was to develop in line with the curriculum of Commission of Higher Education, which is CHED. So CHED is the governing body for college and universities education in the Philippines. So for example, if we apply in any universities here in Cebu, like CTU, CNU, of course we will undergo an entrance examination and interviews. So the university will evaluate if we are qualified bata sa ilahang standards. So mo ni ang senior high school tudloan ta nila unsaon pag-gain sa standard knowledge, skills and competencies nga need sa college. So that's all for my report and thank you for listening.
Thank you. And for today's lesson, let's discuss the philosophical and legal basis of K-12 Philippine basic education. So there are 9 philosophical and legal bases. So the first one, it is the Enhanced Basic Education Act or the Republic Act 10533 is the legal basis for the K-12 program in the Philippines. It mandates the addition of 2 years to the basic education curriculum, aiming to provide a more holistic approach to learning and better prepare students for higher education or on the workplace. So the second one, it is the 1987 Philippine Constitution enshrines the right of education for all Filipinos and recognize the role of the state in providing accessible and quality education, which aligns with the goals of the K-12 framework. So the third one, it is the BP 232 or the Education Act of 1982 established the framework for the organization and regulation of the education system in the Philippines and emphasizing the importance of providing equitable access to education for all, not just us, but for everybody. And the fourth one, it is the Republic Act 9155. It is the Philippine Governance Act. It is the outlines the rules and responsibilities of the Department of Education or the DepEd and the local government units in the management and delivery of basic education, which is key to implementing the K-12 curriculum effectively. The fourth one, it is the vision and mission statements of DepEd guide the direction and the goals of education system, including the prioritizing the holistic development of learners and promoting a learner-centered environment. The sixth one, it is Sutil 1976, or the study of the underprivileged talent and elementary education. It highlighted the need for educational reforms to address the needs of marginalized, the disadvantaged students, which may have influenced the development of K-12 curriculum to be inclusive and equitable. So the seventh is, it is the EDCOM report of 1991. It outlined recommendations for improving the quality and relevance of education in the Philippines, providing the valuable, providing the insights may have contributed the development of K-12 curriculum. The eighth one, it is the Basic Education Sector Reform Agenda, or the BESRA, or the BESRA. It is comprehensive program aimed at transforming the country's basic education system by addressing key issues and challenges which could have influenced the development of the K-12 curriculum framework. The last one, it is the four pillars of education, or the UNESCO, emphasizes the holistic development of learners, including learning to know, learning to do, or the learning to live together, and learning to be. This philosophical approach to education aligns with the goals of the K-12 curriculum to develop and well-rounded individuals. So, in conclusion, these influences collectively shape the philosophical and legal foundation of the K-12 Philippines Basic Education Curriculum Framework, which emphasizes the importance of providing equitable, inclusive, and holistic education for all Filipino learners. Thank you, and now I'll give the virtual floor to the next reporter. Thank you.
Good day. I am Charlene Main Aldaza, and I'll be the one to discuss the nature of the learner and the needs of the learner. So first, let's move to the nature of the learner. So nature of the learner has a body and spirit, intellect, free will, emotion, multiple intelligence, and also learning style. So intellect is the another cognitive faculty of the learner. By his or her intellect, the learner can engage in cognitive process such as forming ideas or concept, reasoning out, and make judgment. So in emotions is off or on switch of learning. Positive feelings and emotion makes the teaching learning process exciting, and the negative feeling and emotion makes the sense of process a burden. And also the multiple intelligences, there are 8 multiple intelligences by Gardner: the linguistic intelligence, or the word smart; the logical mathematical, or the number or reasoning smart; the spatial intelligence, or the picture smart; the bodily kinesthetic, or the body smart; the musical, or the music smart; and the interpersonal, or the people smart; the intrapersonal, the self smart; or the naturalistic, or the nature smart. So there are also 3 specific learning styles. They are visual, auditory and kinesthetic. So visual learners learn through seeing, and auditory learners learn through listening, and kinesthetic learners learn through moving, doing, and touching. Next, the nature of the learner: constructor of knowledge and active maker of meaning, not a passive recipient of information. So, this states that it requires students to critically curate various resources using digital tools to construct knowledge, produce creative artifacts, and make meaningful learning experience for themselves and also to the others. So, as a knowledge constructor, student develop essential skills and competence, including critical thinking, problem solving, and collaboration. And it's also stated there that nature of the learner, not a passive recipient of information. So, therefore, the student is the active participant in the learning process. This perspective highlights the importance of creating environment that promote active and meaningful engagement by the learner rather than simply transmitting information to them. So next is the needs of the learner. So what are these needs? So first is the life skills. So what are these life skills na needs a learner? So life skills including decision making skills, no, communication skills. This is one of the most essential life skills that help students in developing future. Also focus and self control. Next is resilient and positive thinking. Always think positive. Next is problem solving, critical thinking, and also self-defense. Next needs of the learner is self-actualization. So what are these self-actualization? So including esteem, belonging, safety, and physiological needs. So what are the under of the esteem? So esteem includes um, respect, recognition, and self-esteem. So in the belonging, under that, family, friend, intimacy, and a sense of connection. And next is the safety. It's all about health, security, employment, and the physiological needs. It's all about air, water, food, shelter, sleeping, clothing. So, lastly, is all about preparation for the world of the work, entrepreneurship, and also higher education. So, this subject also, we all know that this subject also prepare us, no, to what we are in the future, and also entrepreneurship about businesses like that. And one of the most important is the education. So that's it for my part. I will give the floor to the next reporter.
Hi everyone, I am Kathleen Jane Itorma, and for my part, I will be discussing the needs of national and global community. First is the poverty reduction and human development. Poverty reduction involves implementing strategies to decrease the prevalence and severity of poverty within a society. It encompasses initiatives such as providing access to basic needs like food, clean water, healthcare, education, and housing. While in human development, it focuses on enhancing people's capabilities and freedoms to lead fulfilling lives. It goes beyond income and measures and includes factors such as education, health, gender equality, social inclusion, and environmental sustainability. Next is strengthening the moral fiber of the Filipino people. Strengthening the moral fiber of the Filipino people involves promoting and upholding ethical values, principles, and virtues that contribute to the overall well-being and development of society. Encouraging individuals to uphold integrity, honesty, respect, responsibility, empathy, and compassion in their personal and professional lives. The third one is the development of a strong sense of nationalism. It involves fostering pride, loyalty, and a deep attachment to one's nation among its citizens. Here's how it can be achieved. Promotion of national identity. It emphasizes the unique history, culture, traditions, and symbols of the nation through education, media, arts, and cultural events. This helps individuals develop a strong connection to their country's heritage and instills a sense of belonging. The fourth one is development of productive citizens who contribute to the building of a progressive, just, and human society. This involves equipping individuals with the knowledge, skills, and values necessary to actively participate in and positively impact their communities. By focusing on the development of productive citizens who prioritize the common good and contribute to the advancement of society, nations can build a more prosperous, just, and human future for all. Next is ensuring environmental sustainability. Ensuring environmental sustainability involves adopting practices that preserve and protect natural resources, biodiversity, and ecosystems for present and future generations. This includes promoting the efficient use of resources such as water, energy, and materials to minimize waste and reduce environmental impact. The last one is Global Partnership for Development. Global Partnership for Development involves collaboration among governments, international organizations, civil society, and the private sector to achieve sustainable development goals worldwide.
Good day, everyone. My name is Jenebeth Racho, and now let us proceed to being and becoming a whole person. So we have here the skills and learning areas that 21st century learners must acquire. So the 21st century skills are categorized into three, which are the literacy skills, learning skills, and life skills. So first we have here the literacy skills, which is the information media technology skills. And to be information media and technology literate, an individual in the 21st century must be knowledgeable enough in accessing and evaluating information efficiently and critically. And also, the learners must know how to analyze media by understanding its purpose and how and why media messages are developed. And most importantly, knows how to use and apply technology efficiently or effectively. Next is learning and innovation skills. So obviously, it belongs to learning skills, and this includes the four C's, which are the creativity, critical thinking, communication, and collaboration. And to become creative, learner must use a wide range of idea creation techniques. For example, brainstorming. And having critical thinking, this enables learner to reason effectively, make judgment and decisions, and also to solve problem. So the next one is the communication skills, in which the four C's put it at the center of the learning area in all subjects for the reason that this is the key to social integration in the 21st century. And because of communication skills, collaboration happens. So it means to work respectfully and willingly to accomplish a common goal. And the last category is the life skills or the life and career skills. So life skills take a look at intangible elements of a student's everyday life. So this intangible focus on both personal and professional qualities. This includes first is the flexibility or the ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Next is leadership. So it means to guide, to lead, and to inspire others to reach their very best. And next one is initiative. So this means being able to manage goals and time efficiently. And the next is productivity. So this is the ability to complete work in an appropriate amount of time. And lastly, we have here the social skills. So this means to interact and to communicate or to work with others. And now let us proceed to the learning areas of K-12 curriculum which intersect the levels from grade 1 to grade 12. And these learning areas are: first is language. So this includes the mother tongue, Filipino, and English. The next one is the technology and livelihood education. Next is mathematics and science. And the last one is arts and humanities. So this includes music, arts, physical education and health or MAPE, the edukasyon sa pagpapahalaga, and araling panlipunan or social studies. So in the K-12 curriculum, so the language learning are focuses on students' proficiency in listening, speaking, reading, writing in one or more languages. So, through language education, students not only acquire linguistic competence but also develop a critical thinking, cultural awareness, and also social communication skills. Next is the technology and livelihood education or the TLE. So it aims to provide students with practical skills and knowledge and competencies related to technology, vocational trades, entrepreneurship, and livelihood opportunities which engage students in hands-on learning experiences, skill-based training, and also real-world applications. So next is the mathematics and science. So it focuses on developing students' mathematical and scientific literacy, inquiry skills, and also critical thinking abilities, which help students to develop their ability to apply mathematical and scientific principles in real-world context. And the last one is the arts and humanities. So, in this learning area, it encompasses the study and appreciation of human creativity and culture, history, and expression through various artistic disciplines, and also academic subjects, which includes to enhance the students' empathy, their cultural awareness, their critical thinking, and also their communication skills. So all in all, the 21st century skills and learning areas play an essential role in shaping an individual's personal, academic, and professional development as well as their overall well-being and fulfillment. So that would be all for my part, and now let us proceed to the next reporter.
Thank you, Janabeth, and I am Michelle Milayasan. I will discuss the monitoring and evaluation system. So we have 5 monitoring and evaluation system. So these are the curriculum support system, the family support, internal and external stakeholder support, the instructional support, administrative support, and lastly, the societal support. So these support systems are essential, especially now that we are in 21st century. So it identify areas for improvement and ensure accountability in achieving our educational goals. So they also promote continuous improvement in teaching and learning practices and ensure resources are utilized efficiently. And we all need all of these support systems to become a holistically developed Filipino with 21st century skills. First, we have the curriculum support system. So this includes the teachers, materials, facilities, and equipment, the ICT, assessment, school leadership and management, schools divisions, technical assistance, community industry relevance, and partnerships. So this support system, it ensures that the curriculum aligns with the 21st century skills and provides adequate resources for teaching and learning. So this equips students with the relevant knowledge and skills needed for facing the real world situation. So, for example, integrating technology into the curriculum. It can prepare students for digital literacy and innovation. The next one is family support or internal and external stakeholder support. This includes the family or guardians, government, and private sectors. So this support system raises an environment at home and within the community that helps, that supports students with their academic and social-emotional development. For example, involving parents in school activities and workshops. So it can enhance students' motivation and the sense of belonging. So family involvement can have a positive attitude towards learning, while the community partnerships offer additional resources of opportunities. So the third one is instructional support. It includes teacher CPD and the textbooks and other IMS. So this support system is supports teachers in delivering effective instruction through professional development, the quality instructional materials, and the appropriate classroom resources. Of course, this support is needed in order for the teachers to implement innovative teaching strategies and personalized learning experiences for students. So the fourth one, we have the administrative support. So this includes the chief officer, the regional officer, the district officer, and lastly the school. So these support systems manages the operational aspects of the education system, including budgeting, staffing, and infrastructure maintenance. So it ensures the smooth functioning of schools, enabling teachers to focus on teaching and students to focus on learning. So for example, efficient school administration can ensure timely repairs for facilities, creating a conducive learning environment. And lastly, we have the societal support. So this engages various sectors of society, including public-private partnership, the media, the government organization, and the non-government organization in supporting education initiatives. It strengthens external resources and expertise to address challenges and enhance the quality of education. For example, the public-private partnerships can fund scholarships or mentorships programs, widening access to education and career opportunities for the students. So, basically, each support system is really important to produce a holistically developed Filipino with 21st century skills. So that would be all from my part, and now let's hear the next presenter. Thank you so much.
So, what is higher education? It is considered the last step in formal education. It confines of college or university that award degrees and in some cases certifications. So the best example of this one is kanang mga maestro nga nikuha og masters and doctoral level program to become more specific and specialized. So it's really important nowadays because it's not only enhances individual opportunities and economic prosperity, but also contributes to societal progress. A second one is employment. So we all know nothing in this world is free. Tanan kinahanglan nimo gastuhan. Tanan nimo kinahanglanon kwarta ang gamiton. Unsaon nimo pagpalit ang imong gusto, unsaon nimo pagpalit ang imong kinahanglanon sa matag adlaw if wala kay trabaho. Di ba? Unang karong panahona, employment is very important jud no. Kay halos tanan is palituno na. Third one is entrepreneurship. Refers to the process of starting, managing, and growing a business venture with the aim of creating value and taking risk. So, the importance of entrepreneurs extend beyond the effect those individuals to have on their own companies. The impact their broader companies and in some cases even in the world. So, ang entrepreneurship na siya'y benefit. So, I have 3 here. Economic growth, social change, and community development. So, for the last one, middle level skill development. It is essential for promoting economic growth and empowering individuals to build successful careers, contribute meaningfully to society. So the 21st century skill set is generally understood to encompass a range of competencies including critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, communication, digital and technological literacy, civic responsibility, and global awareness. So therefore, it is equally important to prepare and train teachers in not only the acquisition of 21st century skills but also the dissemination of the skills and measuring the classroom processes and teachers' practice that are enabled to support the development of 21st century in the classroom, so they can serve as an important the first step.
Now, let's move on to the 7 themes. The Araling Panlipunan topics from grade 1 to 12 are anchored in the 7 themes that include people, environment and society, time, continuity and change, culture, responsibility and nationhood, rights, responsibilities and citizenship, power, authority and governance, production, distribution, and consumption, and lastly, the regional and global connections. And today, let's classify the Araling Panlipunan topics from grade 3. In the first quarter or unang markahan, we have this topic, ang kinalalagyan ng mga lalawigan sa aking rehiyon. And we also have ang mga lalawigan sa aking rehiyon. Next is pangalawang markahan or the second quarter, we have ang mga kwento ng aking rehiyon. And pagpapahalaga sa mga sagisag ng kinabibilangang lalawigan at rehiyon. So, in the third quarter, or pangatlong markahan, we have these topics, ang kultura ng aking lalawigan sa kinabibilangang rehiyon. Next is pagpapahalaga sa pagkakakilanlang kultura ng sariling lalawigan at rehiyon. And in the fourth quarter, or pang-apat na markahan, we have these topics, ang ekonomiya ng mga lalawigan sa rehiyon at ang pamamahala sa mga lalawigan ng kinabibilangang rehiyon. So, in the first quarter, we have this topic that talks about ang kinalalagyan ng mga lalawigan sa aking rehiyon. So, this topic explores the geographical features of the region, including direction, relative location, the distance, and the bodies of water or landforms. So, this topic assess how people interact with and adapt to their environment. And through this topic, we can now identify that this topic, ang kinalalagyan ng mga lalawigan sa aking rehiyon, falls under the theme of people, environment, and society because it emphasizes the interconnectedness between human populations, the natural environment, and their interactions within a specific geographical area. So that would be all for my part, and now let's hear from another presenter.
So, the second content in the first grading or unang markahan in grade 3 o baitang tatlo ay ang mga lalawigan sa aking rehiyon. And this content belongs to the theme People, Environment, and Society dahil ito ay tumutukoy sa mga lalawigan o province and also rehiyon o region. At makikita rin dito ay ang mga topografiya na kinabibilangan ng panahon, anyong lupa, anyong tubig at likas na yaman. So basically, this content really belongs to the theme People, Environment, and Society.
So, sa ikalawang markahan ng ikatatlong baitang, it talks about the religion, kung paano nila maipamamala sa mga mag-aaral at may pagmamalaki sa iba't ibang kwento at paglarawan ng mga lalawigan. Sa pagpapahalaga ng mga sagisag na kinabibilangang lalawigan ng relihiyon. And these two topics are belong to the culture, responsibility, and nationhood because mas focus sila sa culture sa ilahang mga lugar. And that's all for my part. Thank you.
So, in the quarter 3 or the ikatlong markahan, the first content is all about ang kultura ng aking lalawigan at kinabibilangang rehiyon. So, ang mag-aaral ay naipamalas ang pagpapahalaga at pag-unawa sa pagkakakilanlang kultura ng kinabibilangang rehiyon. So, ang mga mag-aaral din ay nakapagpapahayag na ng may pagmamalaki at pagkikilala sa nabubuong kultura ng mga lalawigan sa kinabibilangang rehiyon. So, in this content, there are 7 themes. So, asa man siya na-connect? So, there are 7 themes. So, by the term itself na kultura, so, it really instills in our mind na this content is na-connect siya sa theme nga culture, responsibility, and nationhood. So why man nga ara na to siya na-connect? So from the word kultura, so this content is under niya is mga tao, panahanan, dialekto ng wika. It's all about our language, culture, ato na na to nga wika, paniniwala at tradisyon or traditions, pagdidiriwang, katutubong sining, tula, awit, sayaw, at laro. In that particular content, ma-instill na nato nga this content is na-connect siya sa theme nga culture, responsibility, and nationhood. And also, bagay pang kultura, pagkain, produkto, at iba pa, at also, katawagan. So, in the ikatlong markahan or the quarter 3, the content all about kultura at aking lalawigan at kinabibilang rehiyon is na-connect siya sa theme nga culture, responsibility, and nationhood. Now, I will give the virtual floor to the next reporter.
The content of ikatlong markahan in Baitang 3, which is the pagpapahalaga sa pagkakakinlan ng kultural ng sariling lalawigan at rehiyon, or in English, valuing the cultural identity of one's province and region, is closely connected to the concept of culture, responsibility, and nationhood. It's because embracing and honoring the cultural diversity within the nation strengthens the sense of nationhood and unity among Filipinos. By valuing the cultural identity of one's province and regions, individuals contribute to the collective identity of the Filipino nation, fostering a deeper appreciation and understanding of the country's rich heritage and history. Valuing the cultural identity of one's province and region is not only a celebration of diversity, but also a responsibility towards preserving and promoting Filipino culture as a vital component of national identity and unity. It reinforces the interconnectedness of culture, responsibility, and nationhood in shaping the collective identity and heritage of the Filipino people.
So the next content in grade 3 o baitang tatlo ay ang ekonomiya ng mga lalawigan sa rehiyon. And this content belongs to the theme production, distribution, and consumption. Dahil dito, tumutukoy sa produkto, negosyo, at ekonomiya. At ang ekonomiya ay may iba't ibang aspeto. Ito ay produkto, kalakal, infrastruktura na natutukoy ng rehiyon at binubuo ng mga lalawigan na may pansariling pamunuan.
Salamat. At ngayon, dadako naman tayo sa susunod na talakayan na ang pamamahala sa mga lalawigan ng kinabibilangang relihiyon. Ito ay tinatawag na power, authority, at governance. Dahil sa kanilang kapangyarihan na mapasya ng pagpapatupad ng mga patakaran, batas at regulasyon sa kanilang nasasakupan. Sila rin ay may otoridad na mapatupad ng mga patakaran ng pamahalaan. Ay sama na ang pagpatupad ng mga national laws at policies sa pamamagitan ng mga kanilang governance ay nagagabayan nila ang kanilang mga komunidad at nagsisilbing tagapamahala ng mga serbisyo at proyekto na naglalayong mapabuti ang kalagayan ng mga kanilang mga residente or kanilang nasasakupan. Ang pamamahala sa lawigan ay isang mahalagang aspeto ng decentralization or decentralization at local autonomy ay isang bansa na naglalayong magbigay ng kapangyarihan sa mga lokal na pamahalaan upang magkaroon ng sariling legislatura na or the executive branch at judicial system. At yun lang ang aming talakayan ngayon or yun lang ang aming discussion for today's morning. I hope you've learned something for our discussion and thank you for listening and mabuhay.